Hello traders, moving on with the videos on TradingView. In this video, we are going to take a look at this section, this plus sign right on top, which if we keep our cursor says compare or add symbol, a comparative chart. Now to understand this, it's quite interesting and useful. I have plotted the Nifty. Let's plot it on the daily time frame. We don't need the volumes here, so I'm going to remove this. And I'm going to change this Japanese candlestick to line chart. I'm going to make it black, and that's about it. Now, comparative chart means we want to do a comparison. The objective is to compare various stocks, instruments across a fixed time period so that we can gauge, understand who stands better than the others. Essentially, in terms of percentage movement, the outperformers and underperformers vis-a-vis some kind of a benchmark, which we are taking over here as Nifty. This approach is not that of relative strength comparison where ratios are taken. This is just simply visually understanding the percentage growth of the stocks under consideration. So what should we consider? Let's take the cement stocks and let's plot them and see how they have fared amongst each other and vis-a-vis the Nifty also. So you come here and click on compare or add symbol, and let's say ACC ACC, and then you click on it. On the background, as we can see, ACC has got plotted. Nifty is also there. Let's say Ambuja, click on it. Let's say Ultra Chemco, done. Shree Cement, Ramco, and I think there are many more, but let's keep this, the ones which are there in the futures market, which I tend to track a little closely. Now, the black is the Nifty, remember that. If you want it to, stand out, you can make it with markers, give it a little marker. You can make it a little more thicker, and so you'll know which one is Nifty, right? Now, once you have this kind of a chart, let's say the cements, and the important thing, the first, and yes, it is important, is that you should have a certain time period back of your mind within which you want to do this comparison. Yeah, you're looking, what is your window? Now in this case, when I drop comparative charts, I always prefer to use the time periods which are down here. So 1 day, 5 day, 1 month, 3 month, you can see here, right? A good window for me is the 1 month and the 3 month. You can say a monthly and a quarterly. So let's say if I click 3 months, this is how it looks. I don't like the way Nifty with the markers too thick is looking, so I might make it simple. Yes, this is better. Another important thing is, once you have clicked on your time window, let's say 3 month or 1 month, whatever, try not to zoom in and zoom out, because that definitely will distort the time frame and your readings will differ. So let's say we click on 3 months once again, and up here you can see 1H, or you can see over here 1H, which says that we are looking at the hourly chart over a span of 3 months. As we increase 3 months to, let's say, 6 months, it becomes 2H, which is 2 hourly. YTD, year till date, is a very nice way of comparison. In that case, we get daily. So let's start with YTD and then we'll go down to 3 months again. If we take at this YTD comparative chart, we can clearly see how Nifty has fared. 25% up this year, calendar year so far. Couple of stocks, a couple of cement stocks which were doing this particular one, this bright purple one. Who's this? Ramco was doing relatively better. It was up around 40-41% this year, but now it's going through some kind of correction. It's up only 23%. And who's this one? This dark blue one is Shree Cement. Shree Cement throughout the year, at the early stage around April, it did well. It was more or less in line with all the cement counters. But since April, it kind of lagged quite considerably. The others picked up. So we can see underperformance from Shree Cement. Of late, since mid-August, it has picked up a little bit. So it's also up 24%. The takeaways, the strongest ones are Ambuja, and then we have the yellow and the orange one, which is ACC, and your yellow one is Ultra Chemco. Ultra Chemco 44%, ACC 45%, but the takeaway definitely is Ambuja, 67% gain this year. Nice, clean understanding of how peer-to-peer comparison can be done, and stocks within the sector with the benchmark, let's say Nifty, can easily be done. So from this, without making it any further complex from this point, we can say very clearly that Ambuja, ACC and Ultra Chem are the biggest outperformers within the cement space. Remember, these are daily charts, daily 1D. So we can all see that Ambuja, ACC and Ultra Chemco and also Shree Cement and Ramco, all of them are going through a short-term correction. We did see short-term corrections before here. During this time of early August, in fact the entire month of August, these stocks did correct. The correction for Ramco Cement was quite extreme, and Shree Cement also corrected, right? So now that we have a correction, yet again, we have a short-term correction in these stocks. And if we want to play the bounce back, if we are interested to buy at the supports and want to monetize the bounce back, which ones should we look at first? Definitely, of course, the ones which are outperforming. So our objective would be to find a good setup amongst these three. And then if we find something better off which shows on the price chart that yes, maybe Ramco or Shree Cement is turning around, then maybe yes, but our objective would be to go with the leaders. Always stay with the leaders when it comes to going, long. This is a comparative chart. We can save this, we can come here, we can just rename it, we can name it whatever we feel like so that we remember. You can see at my end, if I show you a load chart layout, and I have few comparative charts already created at my end: chemicals, fertilizers, metals, insurance stocks, private cements. I already have it, IT, PSU banks, etc. So pretty nice visual understanding of peer-to-peer comparison and with the benchmark also. This helps you to understand the ones which are standing out, but then your trading decision needs to be taken from the price chart. That's the final call that you have to take. This chart just gives us a nice pictorial representation. From a slightly short-term trading perspective, say a day to 5 day kind of a short-term trades, I would rather suggest always consider taking a look at the 3-month period. Now, 3 month looks a lot different, right? 3 month over here, we're looking at a 1 hour chart. And 3 month period, Nifty is up around 10%. Again, the same story, Ramco and Shree Cement are definitely underperforming. In fact, Ramco is negative, close to 5%. And the ones which stands out are the top 3. But the picture is slightly different, right? I would suggest not to go below the 1 month period. Yes, you can run them on a daily performance. Let's say if I do a daily Just want to understand in today's trade, how did the cements play out. And I think in this case, it's plotting the 1 minute chart. Now, I'm no way close to trading these kind of time frames. In fact, I prefer not to go below the daily time frame. But just to tell you that it gives us a nice pictorial presentation of the price movements. I prefer checking the 1 month, 3 months, and YTD is really very, very powerful. If you take a look at the 1 month, the story is a little different. In 1 month time, it is Sri Cement which is leading, and which is Ambuja is also up there, 7%, but the rest of them are underperforming the Nifty, though all of them are positive, by the way. All of them are positive, but they are underperforming from a 1 month period. So let's say if we take just one stock, okay, say for example we take ACC. If you allow me to hide the others, just want to understand the behavior of ACC. ACC over a 1 month period is underperforming the Nifty. It's going through a correction from the levels up here. It's not showing us the levels because this is percentage scale. Right up here, ACC, all the way down till this point, it has given us a short-term correction. Remember, this is a 30-minute chart. So ACC is going through a correction. When we take a look at the 3 month, it is an outperformer compared to the Nifty. So it's in the short term, it's just this month that it is cooling off. So we can clearly now see this short-term correction. Of course, YTD is a big outperformer. So ACC, if I try and evaluate its performance over these 3 time frames, 3 month, 1 month, 1 month, 3 month, and YTD, it's a big time outperformer, which is recently slowing down. So we can look to trade the bounce back. Now you should come and take a look at the chart of ACC. Now you can plot your indicators, you can plot your studies, whatever you do, you can now look for an opportunity. But within a pack, which one to focus on first and which one not to, I think this kind of a comparative chart in a visual manner gives very clean understanding. In my next video, I'm going to take up the indicators and strategies section with the fundamental part, which is not much of a use for us in Indian markets, primarily it is in US markets, and then the indicator template. I hope you found this video useful. Do let me know about your thoughts, suggestions, and keep supporting me. It kind of gives me a nice kick to keep moving forward to make these videos for you. Thank you for your support. Trade well, trade wise.